Hi, my name is Jamie Hunt. I run Dakona, which is a video production company based in South Wales. We provide our clients with really high quality video content that allows them to improve their marketing needs through the use of video. We provide things such as animations, drone work, commercial content, promotional videos, case studies, and lots of other stuff as well. Our thought process when dealing with our first tender was, how on earth are we going to be able to deal with something like this? Coming from a background where we haven't had much experience dealing with tenders in the first place, it is such a daunting prospect looking through the tender document and trying to understand what the client is looking for in terms of the specification, especially when you have to consider things such as policies and procedures, contracts management, the CVs of those that are working with you, pricing, making sure you're competitive in the marketplace. All of these things that you don't really necessarily think of when you're putting pen to paper and you're dealing with contracts, and making sure that we can approach it from the most economically beneficial aspect as possible. Winning public sector contracts has actually made a really big difference to the company, and it's in actually quite a few different ways. So if we look at the financial side of things, it probably attributes to about between 20 and 30% of our overall turnover, which is such a massive amount of money for us. It's fantastic. And then it allows us to grow and scale as a business, which is amazing to see as a business owner. It allows us to bring on new employees, which is great for us. And also allows us to contribute to the local economy, and that's through things such as procurement and bringing on subcontractors as well. I think the fact that we've been challenged through trying to tender through Sell to Wales has actually helped us improve our policies and processes as a company. So that means we can evaluate how good our policies are, how good our insurances are, how good our contracts management are, and just making sure that our prices still remain competitive in the local marketplace. My advice for somebody completing their first tender is don't be afraid to fail. It is such a difficult process, and I know that from my personal experiences, we didn't win a lot of our initial tenders, and I think a lot of that just comes down to experience. And I think that it is very natural for somebody to lose their first tender, so they gain that experience through things such as feedback from the procurement team, and it's just making sure that you do progress as an individual in a company, so that the next tender that you fill out is going to be better than your last, and it's just going to gradually improve to the point where you finally win one. The most valuable lesson that I've learned while tendering is to make sure that you read the specification brief as clearly as possible. Sometimes it can be a really arduous process, and the briefs can be absolutely massive, but I think it is really important for somebody to actually understand what they're looking for and the approach that you can take as a supplier. Just making sure you understand things such as the quality versus the pricing. Sometimes it can be 60-40, sometimes it could be 70-30, otherwise you're definitely going to miss the mark in terms of your tender response document, and ultimately it's time wasted that could be spent better elsewhere. So I think for you it is really important to make sure that you understand what they're looking for and how you can meet that criteria.